So let's. I have no idea how this is gonna work. So let's just go ahead. I'm gonna drop Gabe's track into Reason, and we'll take a listen to it. And I think I'm just gonna give feedback, and I want you all to also type your feedback as well as we're listening. After the end, we'll talk about it, etc., etc. Kind of keep it a little loose for now and wing it. I like winging things. So let me grab that track. Oh, that's not what I want. What do I want? Jabe, where's your email? There. Okay, there we go. After we do this one, I'll tell you guys how to share the rest. You can upload them to something like Dropbox, where I can download the actual audio file and put it in a Reason, not SoundCloud. All right, what do we got here? We got a 4-minute long track. Oh, actually, I need to know the BPM. Do I? I need to know the BPM, right? Yeah, Gabe, what's the BPM on your track? Unfortunately, my setup makes it so that I can't hear SoundCloud. I can only hear what's coming out of Reason, which is the reason that I can't use SoundCloud, unfortunately. There's free file transfer things you can send it over email using like WeTransfer.com, I believe. All right. So we got Gabe Miller's track called Water featuring Jasmine Chloe, and let's take a young fresh listen. I like the reverse reverb. It's nice. And that's some groovy hi-hat pattern coming in. Well timed. Nice high pass there on the kick. That was cool. Let's listen to that again, actually. For a beat or two. Where was that? It might have been back here. Nice. He just drops a high pass filter right there, actually, right before ending the first 8 bars to lead us into the next 8. At least I'm assuming there's a high pass filter. Or maybe you just drop out the kick. One of those two. Solid transition into this part. I can be your friend. Is that a water sound effect, or is that like white noise? Or both? Cold as ice again. You won't come sounds like both. I can be your friend, but you want to drown. He's got a nice voice. I like it. That synth has very nice roundness to it. I like. The kick is mixed pretty well. Snares mixed really well. Ocean sound effects. I love ocean sound effects so much. Cutout filter coming up. Okay, so this part, I thought up until this part, you've done a really good job of. I don't mean to save this. A really good job of increasing the energy in the track as we've been moving forward. But once you came out of these kicks right here, and we came back into this loose spot, and you have the melody coming in and you're opening up the cutoff filter on the melody. I feel like the other instruments in the track are not, they've been a little static since the singer came in. So I would probably suggest bringing this up more, but maybe you do that here. So let's keep listening. Was like, I hope he does something right here to pick up the energy, and that grungy bass sounds cool. I do think it's a little bit wide in a way that I feel like you very intentionally made it like that, trying to go for something, and I think it's probably unnecessary, but it does sound really cool. I like the actual sound. Cool. Well, let's finish it. Take a look at how you wrap up the DJ version of this track, the DJ mix. Cool. So what'd you guys say? I like the song, but it has an odd note. Or Official Voodoo says, I like the song, but it has an odd note in one of the chords. It doesn't sound right to me. Interesting enough, I didn't notice that, but apparently all of you did, so good to hear. You say it's in one of the chords, huh? Let's take a listen during the break, see if I can. You won't come. Is it that second chord? Cold as ice again, you won't come around. I can be your friend, but you want to drown. Oh, it's a lead sound. I see. Okay, well, barring any note-based. Actually, no. I want to hear it. Let's see. Do you guys remember where it was? Was it like? Let me type this. That last note before the second to last note there? Is that what you guys are talking about? That one? I meant to do that one more time. I actually like that. I think it adds a really nice. So the reason I like it is because it's coming at the end of the phrase, and it's adding a level of tension that helps us want to come back to home, to where the notes don't sound tense. Is that the leading tone? Does he know, Gabe? No, it's not. But I know, I like it actually. I think it's nice. Interesting use of it doesn't literally resolve, but I don't know, I didn't catch it. So I think the lesson to learn here is that people will listen to your track differently. I say keep it in. I think it's cool. What was I going to say? So I think it kind of sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Jabe, that about here, like the second half of the song, you were maybe struggling to figure out exactly how you wanted to arrange it and like finish it. I feel like you probably like created this part early and like the dance part early. And well, the reason I say that is because it feels like the musical journey is like the story you're telling. It's pretty interesting, but it kind of starts to lose its way on the second half of the song. And so let's take a listen to some stuff. So as I said earlier, this part I thought could have... Actually, I don't remember if I said this earlier, but this part really wants to be higher energy than this part. It should be, I believe it should be rising here. And I would accomplish that probably by opening up cutoffs on that the chords you're playing here, or perhaps even adding another pad in the background that's filling up some of the space. It kind of feels a little empty though. Like this part right here. Hold on a second. Could probably cut that out. I don't think you even need it.
Cold as ice again, you won't come around.
Unless you were using that part to build up the energy a lot more. To like really build up the tension there. The melody a lot. It's cool. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, you know, I actually did want to hear the melody one more time there, so that makes sense. But I would look at this area and try and bring up the tension more before the drop. We bring the beat in and then kind of bring it down a little bit. To be honest, I kind of want to hear more of the singer. Like this, you have this very long section here. She starts here, right? Yeah. You have this, how many bars is this? Oh, this is like a third of the song. And then is she singing after this part? No, Voodoo, I'll grab your link. You got it. Don't worry about it. It is on my radar. Yeah, so I think what you're going for here, I'm guessing, is the kind of like build up, airy singer type song where when it drops, you have like the melodies playing and all the sounds, and then when it comes back out, the singer comes in. I think the balance of those sections is a little off, though. I kind of want to hear the singer more, and I would honestly consider putting her in some of the other places. I don't know if that's an option for you.
Single swim again, but you wanna drown. But you wanna drown. But you wanna drown.
Kind of sounds like the singer's mixed a little bit too up front here. She seems a little bit disconnected from the rest of the track.
Cold as ice again, you won't come around. Drown.
Or maybe like it sounds like her voice doesn't have reverb on it here.
But you wanna drown.
And then you have this part here with the snares coming in, which clearly you're using as a build up to the next section, but the only thing you've done here is add in the snares, basically.
But you wanna drown.
I guess you also have the melody coming in here. I hear the cutoff opening a little bit. But for a section like that, you can like really pull up and open and make things really tense before the drop comes in right here. A lot more. So I think it's a decent song. It's actually pretty solid. The singer's cool. I would work on just making your highs and lows, like the peaks and troughs, I believe that's the word, of your tension and your energy, just more climactic, more significant. Distal112 says, I should pause the song before I speak, not in the middle of a sentence. Cool. That is good feedback. I will do that. Killer Skull 98 says, where do I send my track? You can go ahead and send it to... You can just drop a link in chat here. Since chat is not terribly crazy, I can follow it. Where do I want that? Here. But thanks for sharing, Gabe. That was really, really cool. I dig the track. Got some significant feedback, I hope. And yeah, I think the lack of reverb on that part, she felt like a little disconnected from the song. Benjamin Murray, sorry if I said that wrong. Since I got some lyrics I want to review and maybe improve, can I send them? Do you mean just text, or do you mean also a song? Okay, we'll go with, let's see. I believe we'll go with Voodoo's next. Just let me check where... Pokey said, mine is the email to Disco Sickness links, provided WAV and MP3s. Okay, I found it. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab that wave. WAV. All right, so this is, I believe, Voodoo's track. Gathering. Oh, did that work? Why isn't that working? I have your melody stuck in my head right now. There we go. All right. Looks kind of quiet. Yeah, it's called Getter Thing. I can't read. Oh, I need the BPM, duh. To be honest, I liked it at 125. Actually, something really interesting that we did in my my art class in college. We did a 2D. I had a 2D art class, and we would do these like large, like 2 foot by 2 foot pieces of art. They weren't really paintings. They were like cardboard and painting and arts and crafts stuff. And we would look at them at the front. Everyone, like I'd go up, put my poster at the front of the room, and then we'd all look at it. And then my teacher would be like, all right, now let's turn it 90 degrees and look at it again. And you'd be surprised how many times somebody's art looked better when it was like upside down or like turned 200 degrees or something. So what that just reminded me of was playing his song Slow by accident. To be honest, I thought sounded really cool, but it's not supposed to be that slow. So let's check it out at 155. Voice crack. Over Medium says, do you drink a lot of tea? You do drink a lot of tea. I do. I drink a decent amount.
Hold on to your butts.
Cool. So, you said that was an unfinished track, right? It sounds like you clearly can go places from that point. That was cool. I think for the sake of For the sake of science, let's take a listen at 125. I feel like it has a lot more weight at 125, but it's definitely not as aggressive.
Hold on to your butts.
Cool. So that's really interesting. I find that fascinating that how different they sound at different BPMs. I'm not gonna go ahead and say one is better than the other. They definitely have different feels. I think the reason I like the 125 more is that it has a lot more weight to it, and I feel like there's already a heaviness to the bass in your song, and slowing it down just makes it feel like it's really hulking, and it just gives a nice feel to it. But it is a 155 track, so we will go back to that. So I don't have that many comments, unless you're curious to hear how I think you should continue the track. I think the bass. Do you produce in headphones, Voodoo? Because it sounds a little bit like the bass is mixed a little too loud. I tend to be a little bass averse though, so perhaps that's my personal opinion. But if I was mixing this in my headphones, I think it would be a little too loud. But as far as arrangement goes, it's pretty solid up until this point. You could probably, at about here, bar 66, where it does this part, probably do something a little bit more different than the previous section. Or I guess maybe it stops there. Well, I need this to be like that. Just doing an edit here out of curiosity.
Hold on to your butts.
Oh, that's not what I want. Let's see. I'm just messing around right now, clearly. Whoop. is probably how I would arrange it. I would do what you had, then do another like breakdown, build up, back into another drop, and then into an outro. That's probably how I would finish it up. So let me catch up with chat real quick. Game Miller says, got that head bob going. I was definitely doing some head bob during that. Distal says, add cowbells. I agree. Cowbells would make it amazing. Rap break. Rap would be interesting, especially on the slower version. It might conflict a little bit too much. Oh, that actually reminds me. The melody part here. No, never mind. I was gonna say it was mixed. I thought it was mixed a little bit quiet, but it actually seems okay. The thing, like, this is definitely, or at least I'm assuming there's some Skrillex inspiration or artists who were inspired by Skrillex inspiration. And one thing he does is that he very clearly has his higher parts playing when other parts are not. Like he gives each part a lot of space to really yell at you, which is really key. So being aware of that is important. So let's see. Dub house. New genre, guys. We just invented a new genre. Dub house. Mixing, I think, is decent. As I said earlier, I think the bass is a little too loud. Game Miller says, might be cool to add a new melody or chord progression there in that new breakdown. Yeah, that could be a nice way to spice it up. Do it like a bridge sort of section here. Vibes Music says, having some major issues with the streaming. Definitely on my side. Try refreshing your browser. I think that is the simplest possible fix. Getter was the direct inspiration. I see. I'm not familiar with the artist. What about slowing down the second break to 125 and let it go to 155 over time? It's an interesting thought. You could utilize the sexiness of the 125 and the aggressiveness of the 155 simultaneously, or not simultaneously, but in the same track. How do I do... You know what? I have never done a tempo. Oh, here it is. There we go. It's like, how do I do a tempo automation in the new Reason? I haven't done it in a long time. This is I want 125. Oop. Want this here. I don't know. That's not something I've ever done before, but it sounds pretty interesting. It's definitely worth exploring that, Voodoo. So, cool. That was really interesting to have that happy accident. I'm going to go ahead and set up the next one. What do we got? We got Disco Sickness. Is Pokey? What was your name? Pokey Oats. Are you still here? Tempo automation is dangerous. It is a dangerous yet powerful tool occasionally. $128. You sure you don't want to play it at 155 and see what happens? I'm just gonna start changing the BPM on all my songs. Seeing how they sound. All right, this is way more compressed. That's cool though. All right. Let's take a young listen. That's groovy. Actually, I do have a note already. That bass needs to be way louder because that's carrying the groove here, and I want to fucking feel that. And I would mix down the melody beeps. Is that a real guitar? So this is really cool already, but I do think that is that a synth or a guitar? Because my brain kind of feels like it might actually be a guitar. Whatever it is, the thing going. I feel like at this point, you could probably have it kind of do like a freeform jazz solo, not like, real freeform jazz. What I mean is have it move a little more by this point, like have it do something. I think it's getting a little repetitive. And it is groovy, but I think you could have it do something here. Don't put freeform jazz in here. I forget, I do want to mention that those. It sounds like you're cutting up some vocals, maybe like back here. It sounds like cats meowing to me. I'm not. If you're going, I think vocal like glitching would actually fit here, and I just think you're executing it not on point. So I would take a look at that. But let's keep going. Definitely need some solos. So yeah, that was actually a really cool track. My only complaint is I think you have a lot of potential actually to make it better. But as it stands, I think it's solid. There was the piano part that came in around here. I think the piano sound is a little, I mean, I guess for lack of a better word, fake. It kind of seems like it's clearly a stock sound. I'm not exactly sure if there's any better feedback than just get a better sound. Because I actually like the tone, I just don't, or the timbre. I'm not a big fan of how repetitive it sounds. Yeah, I grabbed this this preset for Thor that I thought actually kind of sounded like it would fit. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities when you have this kind of like harmony based groove to just have like one of the instruments come out and just like go crazy. That's the kind of stuff I like, but definitely a groovy track. I really like the sound design. It's cool. I think that piano part is probably the only thing that really caught my ear. Is a little stale, but the rest of it was on point. We addressed the mix earlier. I think you could bring the bass up. You can let it really carry more weight. And then the vocal glitching. You could try. Yeah, so like in this part, there's not really a clear focal point. It's a groovy track, and this would work on a dance floor, but you definitely have an opportunity, for instance, to like make a long, like make a glitched vocal part, if that makes sense, rather than just like ornaments. All right, so let me catch up with chat real quick. Actually, I'll keep playing it while I read. Whoop. Oh yeah, I did actually have the same thought. Actually, it's kind of funny when Over Medium wrote the clap seem a bit repetitive. When he wrote that, I was thinking, those claps seem a little repetitive. You could simply change that by making it so each time it plays a slightly different sample, or you could do something where like every fourth snare hit, like the end of every phrase, you have like a bigger hit. What's a track that I'm thinking of? I always reference this track, and the track is "I Remember" by Deadmau5 and Cascade, and that track is like the same 32 bars for 9 minutes, and they do a really good job of the minimum amount to make it work. So it's a good place to listen to. They have, I believe, on the second and fourth hit, slightly different sounding snare hits, and it works really well. Sounds awesome. 10 out of 10. It says Killer Skull. Cool stuff, yeah. Thanks. I'm glad you guys like my freeform. It's even just playing it. So let's see. Did anyone else send a track, or shall we move on to just some production? Oh, Benjamin, if you're still here, did you want to look at some lyrics? I mean, to be honest, if you guys want to send me another track, we can keep going. We can keep doing this with you guys. Pokeyot says, I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for participating. I'm having a lot of fun, actually. The meow shall be fixed. Vibes Music says he sent one. Where's my next button? Vibes, I'm not sure I know what your email is. So either How do I know which is you? 'Cause I got a handful of stuff. Tatarinko says, "What are we doing here, guys? We are accepting tracks from the community and taking a listen to them." Hey, yeah, Gabe, go ahead and shoot another one over, and we'll just keep it going. Yeah, so Vibes, how do I know which is you? Because I'm rather than just clicking on every email here. Ah, Sir Warren. That's my dad's name. You have an awesome name. Do you have a an MP3 or a wave? Actually, hold on a second. If I can play, yeah. Well, I want it in Reason so we can mess around with it. Joe says, "Hey, Bone Idol checking in. Got held up. Have you had a chance to look at mine, A Prayer?" I have not. I've only been doing People Who Are Here. And thanks for checking in, dude. I really liked that one track of yours. I've actually listened to it numerous times. It's really cool. I forget. Moga Woods? Is that what it's called? It's an MP3. I see only a SoundCloud link. Unless you sent me another email that I missed. Like 2 emails. Yeah, I only see one that's the SoundCloud link. Oh, I see it. Never mind. I got it. I drunk. Drunk on tea! Wait. Okay, put that in there. So after this, A Prayer, Joe. We'll do after this. If Sir Joseph is still here, we will go ahead and check out his track. Hey Joe, can you drop me a MP3? Oh, you have a download link here. Never mind. I'll just pick it up. Cool. I think I'll probably set up a public Dropbox next time. That'll make this easier. All right, so we got, what is that? Oh, I need the BPM. Vibes, what is the BPM of your track? Play on Sounds original mix master. Classic 120. Do you know how many songs I have in 120 just because I never changed the BPM that starts in Reason or Logic or any other programs? All right, so let me just make sure I'm not missing anything important in the young chat. All right, I think I got everyone's second tracks ready to go. All right, let's take a listen to Play on Sounds. This is Vibes Music's track. just had an idea. I'm going to quickly open up a document for myself so I can write down notes as we listen rather than trying to remember, because I'm terrible at multitasking. So let me quickly open up something here. Call this document March 14 Streamtown. All right. So this is Vibes music track, play on the sounds. And let's start that over real quick. Video's like 20 seconds out of sync from the audio. Not really a big deal, though. Is anyone else experiencing that? Because I think I know how to fix it. It would require... You guys are... Okay, a lot of you are getting that. So, okay. I'm going to try and fix that.